This is Charles Jordan, and now stand by for various recordings I made in 1977 reporting on the death of Bing Crosby.
Today is Friday, October 14th, 1977. And today, one of the greatest names in American entertainment has died, Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby, born in 1904 in Tacoma, Washington, was 73 years old.
Entertainment world and the millions he entertained are saddened by the death of Bing Crosby. The 73-year-old singer, actor, comedian collapsed and died from a heart attack Friday after playing a round of golf near Madrid, Spain. Hope, Sinatra, Burns, Burl, and all the others said they were shocked. Bing Crosby's recording of White Christmas has sold more than 39 million copies. It was just one of his many giant hits.
Good evening, everyone. Singer Bing Crosby passed away at the age of 73 today.
WCAX-TV, Channel 3, Burlington.
Good evening. Harry Lillis Crosby, better known as Bing, is dead at 73. David?
The Yankees win tonight, taking a 2-1 game advantage in the best-of-7 World Series, and we're in store for a very wet weekend.
Channel 3 Night Beat, October 14th, 1977. News, weather, and sports.
He died today of an apparent heart attack in Madrid, Spain. He was 73. Crosby reportedly collapsed while returning to the clubhouse after a round of golf with 3 Spanish champions. He was rushed to a nearby hospital but was dead on arrival. Crosby entertained audiences with his songs and movies for decades. He was described as a crooner rather than a singer. There will be a special on Bing Crosby's life following the newscast.
WCAX-TV, Channel 3, Burlington.
Following special program, tonight's CBS late movie MASH, followed by Kojak, will begin 30 minutes from now.
Bing Crosby died today in Spain. Everyone has his special memories of Bing. Mine go a long way back to the 1930s, radio. Merton Marsh, Amos and Andy, and Bing Crosby. On our street, it seemed that every time he sang, every radio in the street was tuned to him. I grew up on Bing. The last time I spoke to him was a week ago in London. More about that later. For the next half hour, a look back at one of the dearest men in show business.
This is a CBS News special. Bing. Reporting from New York, Mike Wallace.
It was somehow fitting that Bing Crosby would die on a golf course. It was the favorite sport of a man who had played some high school baseball, basketball, and football, who at one time owned part of 2 major league ball clubs, who was a horse owner, president of a racetrack. Tonight, before the 3rd game of the World Series, baseball remembered Crosby with a moment of silence before the game. In California, CBS News correspondent Bernard Goldberg spoke with Bing's widow, Catherine.
I think he's remembered in song, isn't he? And he's also remembered as a terrific golfer. I talked to the gentleman he was playing golf with this morning, Mr. Zulueta, and he said he had just finished a very good round of golf in Madrid. And that, I think, is splendid, don't you?
Did he often talk about the American people and the outpouring of love that they've shown to him over the years?
Well, he was a very shy man, and I think it embarrassed him a little. But everyone has to be grateful for love and support. I'm very grateful for the calls that have come in this morning and for the love that has been shown to me and my family.
Are there any other thoughts that you'd like to share with us?
I just think being married to Bing was a marvelous experience. And I think he was a splendid man. And that he was appreciative of the joy that he shared with so many people. Everyone who likes to sing was a very good friend of Bing.
Danny Kaye called him a light that all of the people in our business strived for, a mark for young people to aim at. He has done more for our profession than anyone in 50 years. The people of the world will miss their Bingley. What more can you say about the life of an entertainer whose career began when Calvin Coolidge was in the White House and wound up with a tribute from President Jimmy Carter? For years, he topped the popularity list of movies on radio and record sales. When he won the Academy Award in 1944 for Going My Way, Time magazine said he is subtle and gay and debonair, a wise young priest whose arresting resemblance to Bing Crosby never obscures his essential power. He was smart enough to discover young that his great talent lay in being himself. Along with the rest of us, Bing had some tough moments, but when it came time for him to write his autobiography, he named it Call Me Lucky. Bing Crosby, 1904, 1977.
Here in your arms, I can't remain. So let me kiss you once again. Soon we must say, Auf Wiedersehen, my dear. Your love will cling to me through the lonely daytime. Each night will bring to me the magic memory of Maytime. I know my heart won't beat again until the day we meet again. Sweetheart, goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, my dear.
This has been a CBS News special. Bing. This is CBS.
The following is recorded from the CBS Evening News at 6:30 p.m. Saturday, October 15th, 1977.
Newspapers all around the world ran tributes to Bing Crosby today, calling him, among other things, the most popular entertainer of the century and a gentleman who represented the good American. An autopsy today confirmed that the 73-year-old singer died of a massive heart attack after that round of golf in Spain yesterday. We have two reports beginning with Bert Quint in Madrid.
Bing Crosby's last match was a tough one, but a good one. He had come to Spain to play golf and to hunt partridge, and he was playing with three Spanish champions on a course designed by another champion, Jack Nicklaus. It was close until the very end. Valentin Barrios, the Moraleja club pro, was playing against Crosby. He says the crooner enjoyed it. He was whistling and singing, Barrios recalls. As they walked toward the clubhouse, Barrios asked what Crosby thought about the difficult 16th hole. Crosby replied, "It's the difficult shots that are the most beautiful." Moments later, he collapsed outside the clubhouse door. Doctors called it a massive heart seizure. Attempts at resuscitation were in vain. The Spanish, like Crosby's fellow Americans and people in many parts of the world, were saddened by Crosby's death. As one Spaniard put it, he was a nice man, tranquil, pleasant, no scandals, the kind everyone could love. Crosby's son, Harry, came to Madrid to arrange to fly the body to Los Angeles for a funeral Tuesday.
As everybody knows, it was an untimely death. He was more than a performer to me. He was a father, and a wonderful father. Excuse me.
Bert Quint, CBS News, Madrid.
Bing Crosby from 1931, his theme song for many years, Where the Blue of the Night is the goal of the day.
Where the blue of the night meets the
Bing Crosby fans around the world pay tribute to his memory today. Radio stations playing the songs that were for decades the staple of American music. A newspaper sadly observing that the sweet voice of Going My Way has gone. At the family home in Hillsborough in Northern California, his widow, Catherine, reminisced.
I just think being married to Bing was a marvelous experience. And I think he was a splendid man. And that he was appreciative of the joy that he shared with so many people. Everyone who likes to sing was a very good friend of Bing's.
Crosby's longtime friend, singer Rosemary Clooney, who appeared with him a week ago at the London Palladium during his last performance.
One of the last nights at the Palladium, he turned to the audience and said, "I love you." I'd never heard Bing say that. But he really did love the people.
How is he going to be remembered, do you suppose?
The best.
Bing Crosby will be buried Tuesday in Los Angeles in the family plot beside his mother, father, and his first wife, Dixie Lee. Bernard Goldberg, CBS News, Hillsborough, California.
And that's the news. I'm Bob Schieffer, CBS News, New York. Good night.
This has been the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer. Tomorrow's guest on Face the Nation will be James Schlesinger, Secretary of Energy. For the latest news on Sunday, watch the CBS Sunday Night News with Ed Bradley.
Bing Crosby was buried today the way he said he wanted to be. Terry Drinkwater reports from Los Angeles.
His widow, Catherine, had said he hated funerals and he didn't plan to come to this one. Bing, she continued, had forbidden a memorial service. So, to the small chapel of St. Paul's, the mourners, just his family and a few very close friends, came for the low mass. It was before dawn when they gathered. Bob Hope and Rosemary Clooney were the only Hollywood notables invited. The time of the service, 6 a.m., was unannounced. So, even later, when Mrs. Crosby and their daughter and 2 sons left the chapel, none of the millions of Crosby fans was present. It was all the way Bing had wanted it, private and simple, not a show business funeral. At Holy Cross Cemetery, the grave on a knoll next to his first wife, Dixie Lee. His 6 sons were the pallbearers: Gary, Dennis, Philip, Lindsay, Nathaniel, and Harry.
Give Bing eternal rest, O Lord, and may your light shine on him forever and ever.
Father Elwood Kaiser told the mourners that Bing could laugh because he knew how to cry, and he knew how to cry because he believed so fully in the Lord.
We commend our brother Bing to the Lord. May the Lord receive him into his peace. Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord.
Let perpetual light shine upon him.
May his soul and the souls of all the faithfully departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace.
There was a special quality about Bing Crosby seldom seen in the production and press agentry of today's Hollywood. Not long before he died, Crosby wrote, "I have always traveled more or less alone, never had much of an entourage or retinue," he added. A loner, perhaps, but also a talent alone. Terry Drinkwater, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And that's the way it is. Tuesday, October 18th, 1977. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night.
The preceding final segment on the death of Bing Crosby was recorded from the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite at 7:26 p.m. Tuesday, October 18th, 1977. This is Charles Jordan signing off.